morals and morality. Q. For you are studying in a reputed IIT. Your father works in a big IT company in Bangalore. Nearly 2 hours is spent in commuting from his home to workplace every day. It is mainly because of huge traffic on roads. He keeps telling you that he is not happy with his work due to nearly 4 hours spent on roads without productive time away from family and friends. He is also worried about pollution, which he believes is taking toll on his health. He has told you many times to move to the US for higher studies and settle there, as Indian cities are choking with pollution and quality of life is degrading here. But you are a highly motivated, innovative person who wants to solve problems. You have never said no to your father, but lately you are realizing that his words actually make sense. A. Would you move to foreign country and work there? Justify. B. What are the ethical issues that needs to be addressed in this case? How will you address them? General, when the cities are urbanized, there is a high chances of witnessing pollution like Beijing city pollution, so just by going to a foreign country there is no guarantee of a pure environment. Abandoning my parents in this country and moving is irresponsible and selfish on my part. Also, the pain of living away from my parents and the pain they feel would cause mental distress. Ethical issues involved are lack of responsibility, lack of respect for environment, conflict of interest where I think about myself versus my duty and responsibility towards society. Ethical dilemma whether to go according to my opinion or heed to father's advice. www.insightsindia.com 17 www.insightsays.com. How to address them. Try to use my knowledge and innovate products for daily use to reduce the harmful effects of pollution. Encourage my father and other family members to wear air-filter masks to avoid the impact. Work with civil society and other NGOs to create awareness about the importance of environment. Encourage people to use public transport and use electric vehicle. Q5. How does public cynicism affect quality and outcome of public administration? Illustrate with examples. 150 words. EPW. Public cynicism, an attitude of scornful or jaded negativity, especially the general distrust of the integrity or professed motives of others. For example, the public cynicism which got aroused by governmental scandals. This is palpable in the growing protests and the appearance of non-sectarian mass movements in different parts of the country. Farmer protests have broken out in several states. Dalits are a disenchanted lot and have taken to active protests. From UNA to Saharanpur, and ongoing student protests in universities. Effect. Positives. Administration becomes efficient. Transparency and accountability increases. Due to the efforts of civil society, RDI came into existence. This made administration even more transparent. Freedom of expression and its concomitant, the concept of dissent, are essential for democracy. It is a concept that contains within it the democratic right to object, oppose, protest, and even resist. Negatives. The absence of any real and active involvement of the masses has significantly diluted public discourse over the years, undermining the quality of our much-vaunted democratic institutions. Sometimes public cynicism leads to impractical demands. In the ongoing rape riots, too, the public has been condemned for its unrealistic demands for vigilante justice. The protesters today are making absurd demands to invoke a death penalty or eliminate due process. Administration becomes more inefficient as it has dead ears towards the protests. To rectify their mistakes, the administration just takes initiatives to just reduce people's cries, but not for good governance. For example, after fire accidents in India, all the authorities have similar approach. Even when administration is ready to make amends, people do not favor it. For instance, getting a fire certificate for the residential buildings, people themselves are not interested. Any good effort by the administration is looked with distrust. It makes people not respect laws and rules seriously and emboldens public to act however they like. Therefore, there is a need for protests in the country which question the administration, but the symbiotic relationship in hands with trust between the public and administration should not be lost. Q6. Recently, the 4 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court held a press conference and raised a banner of revolt against the Chief Justice of India CJI. What are the ethical issues involved in this episode, which is termed as darkest hour in the Indian judiciary? Analyze. 250 words. The Hindu ethical issues with Chief Justice. Lack of transparency and accountability with the CJI. Lack of emotional intelligent leadership making his colleagues lose faith in him. Preferential application of cases harms the integrity of the Supreme Court as guardian of justice in India. www.insightsinIndia.com 18 www.insightsays.com Issues with judges, lack of trust in the institution and solving issues through amicability. Convention is that judges will never approach the media for redressal of their grievances, which is an internal matter. Acted according to the convenience as they felt they discharged the debt to the nation. Insufficient grievance redressal system in the top court. They feel that the image and reputation of the judiciary has been tarnished, and the confidence of the people in the judiciary shaken. The common man, who had absolute faith in the institution and in the impartiality of judges, is now led to suspect that court decisions may not be purely based on merit. Judges meeting politicians and media after this incident shows their lack of emotional intelligence, rationality, sense of responsibility. Issues with other parties. Politicians and parties took this as an opportunity to criticize the institution without analyzing how their actions would impact the institution as a whole. Lack of proper work ethics of media as it mostly concentrated on fighting about sensationalism this issue rather than considering it as a judicial issue. Conclusion: the judiciary is very much respected by the citizen and the image should not be tarnished, so transparency and accountability of the work